Good afternoon and welcome in to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. My name is Adam Birch and this is Post 22 Hardhats Baseball on Hardhats TV. We'll be featuring your Post 22 Hardhats, the visiting team in their gray uniforms, and up against Spearfish Post 164 at beautiful Black Hills Energy Stadium here in Spearfish, South Dakota. Just a short drive up I-90 for this one. And the Hardhats set to do battle. Quick rundown of the lineups. First for the Hardhats, it's Zeke Farley, the left fielder, to lead things off. He's followed by Amarian Sailor at second base, batting second. Wyatt Anderson, the third baseman, bats third, followed by Harrison Good in right field in the cleanup spot. Riker Henney bats fifth. He's a designated hitter. Alex Dietrich, the first baseman, bats sixth. Jed Jensen, the center fielder, bats seventh. And the catcher, Philip Bentz, bats eighth. And Wilson Kiefer, the shortstop, bats ninth here for game one right here on Hardhats TV. They go up against Cody Chapman on the mound, right-hander for Spearfish, Post 164. Just waiting for our field umpire and just about set to get underway here. As you can tell, a very bright, sunny afternoon here in Spearfish.
The top of the first, left fielder, number 28.
The Hardhats in their all gray uniforms, gray tops, gray pants. Spearfish in sky blue tops and maroon letters and numbers. First pitch misses high with a fastball for ball one, underway about 6 minutes early at 4:54 local mountain time. The 1-0, a line drive, base hit right back up the middle into center field. And Zeke Farley on base to lead things off for the Hardhats. Amarian Sailor, the second baseman, digs in next. He'll bat from the right side. These Hardhats coming off a big victory over the Post 320 Stars last night. 14-4 that victory for the Hardhats over their cross parking lot rival. The breaking ball misses outside for ball one, and a check on Farley. He dives back in time. So an even count, or a 1-0 count, and Sailor looks at ball two downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes, Chapman to Sailor. Slightly open stance on the right side for Sailor. Chapman working out the stretch for the first time. And Sailor, a bouncer to short. Underhand flip from the shortstop to second to first, and not in time. Sailor beat out the fielder's choice. Farley out at second base. That was Braden Eriks to Brady Hartwig, and a relay over to Ty Siebert. Now Wyatt Anderson, runner on first, 1 out. Anderson at the hot corner of third base, and he looks at a fastball high for ball one. Wyatt Anderson coming into play, batting .411 on the season. And he looks at a fastball upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Had a pretty good night last night, did Wyatt Anderson. 3 singles and went 3 for 5. A couple of runs scored and an RBI as well. The 2-0, inside ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes, the count on Anderson. Probably taking all the way on the 3-0, waiting for a strike to be called in his at-bat. The 3-0, a strike on the lower outside edge. He was taking all the way, and now a hitter-friendly 3-1 count for Anderson. Sailor off of first with 1 gone. Top of inning number 1. Sailor takes off for second. The pitch is high for ball 4. Sailor dives in anyway, but Anderson draws a base on balls. But runners on first and second for Harrison Good. Good in the cleanup spot. Will bat from the right side. Right fielder defensively for the Hardhats. And quickly a mound visit for Carter Lyon, chatting with Cody Chapman. Defensive alignment for Spearfish, it's Connor Comer in left field. Noah Malman in center field, Alex Sunstead, the right fielder. Left to right on the infield, Hogan Tystad, Braden Eriks, Brady Hartwig, and Ty Sieber, with Carter Lyon doing the catching, the other half of the battery mate for Cody Chapman. First pitch to Harrison Good, high and tight. He ducks out of the way of it for ball one. Harrison Good coming into play, batting .286 on the year. That's over 31 games, has 91 at-bats. And he looks at ball two downstairs, just breeze the dirt there. Natural grass outfield here in Spearfish, grass infield along with the dirt around the base paths, and the dirt mound. A 2-0 from Chapman. A chopper left side, through the gap and into left field. Saylor being sent around third. The throw comes in from Comer, and it's high and up the line. And now caught in a rundown is Wyatt Anderson between second and third. And he goes back to second base, tries to dodge the tag, and he is tagged out there for out number 2. But it is an RBI single for Harrison Good. And gives the Hardhats an early 1-0 lead. Harrison Good, last night's Claiborne-Lowson Sabres player of the game, thanks to a 2-run single, a bunt single, and a run scored, a sacrifice fly, another single, and a walk. So he went 3 for 3 in that ball game. A couple of runs batted in. Here's Riker Henny. He looks at ball one upstairs for ball one. Good aboard first, and he dives back in on the pickoff move over there. Back in safely. (1-0) to Riker Henny, misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. Just underway here in Spearfish. 2 outs and a runner on first. 1-0 Hardhats, top of the first. Riker Henny at the plate, and he goes after the 2-0 pitch and pops it foul up the third base line. Lands in play, so a Hardhat will trot down there and grab that baseball. 2 balls and a strike on Riker Henny. And Henny lines it opposite field into right field. Good goes first to third. The throw comes in. It's cut off to second. And the Hardhats will have a first and third with 2 gone as it brings up Alex Dietrich. Another single early on against Cody Chapman. First game of a doubleheader here tonight in Spearfish. Remember last year in Spearfish, the Hardhats got all set up and played about 2 outs into that ball game, and then the rain just started pouring down and on the dirt and grass. No chance to resume the game. Both games ended up being canceled, and that was that. Alex Dietrich lines the first pitch foul. Right side now to play, 0-1. Dietrich, the first baseman, batting .189 on the season. Down the count 0-1 here. And he looks at strike 2, calling on the outside corner. The breaking ball count that outside corner that time. No balls and 2 strikes on Alex Dietrich now. Runner takes off for second. Pitcher Chapman steps off. And Henny into second without a throw. So they allow Henny to take second base. Try to get him caught in the rundown and potentially send Harrison Good home. Here's the 0-2 to Dietrich, breaking ball down and away. A ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2. A little bit high. 2's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 gone. 2 men in scoring position. Hardhats leading 1-0 in the early going. Chapman sat at his chest. Looks at third. The 2-2 breaking ball fouled away, backing out of play on the right side. Jed Jensen would be next should Dietrich extend this inning by any means possible. Chapman likes the sign from Lyon and comes set once again. Here's another 2-2, and it's chopped up the third baseline foul. The battle at the plate between Dietrich and Chapman. Dietrich has not seen the plate, or the field for that matter, for several games. Getting the start here in game 1 at first base. The 2-2, breaking ball well outside, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count runs full on Dietrich. Chapman still working out of the stretch. He looks in to Lyon, comes set. And his right ear, the payoff pitch, and it misses high. Ball 4, that a fastball to Dietrich. And it loads up the bases now for Jed Jensen. Jensen, the starting center fielder for the Hardhats, and here comes a coach out of the Spearfish dugout quickly, waving off the infielders. He only wants to talk to Chapman and now Lyon. It's Harrison Good on third base. Raker Henney at second. And Alex Dietrich at first. Jed Jensen coming to the plate. The Hardhats center fielder has played in 19 games this season, 4 for 25. 160 average. Does have 3 2-out RBIs on the season, however. Base is full of gray Hardhats jerseys. Mound visit concludes, and Chapman said he kicks and deals the first pitch to Jensen, a breaking ball downstairs for ball 1. Hardhats trying to break this game open early on. The 1-0. Fly ball popped up straight up, shallow right field. Out is the second baseman Hartwig, and he calls off the right fielder. It drops, and into second base goes Jensen. 2-run score on the play, and it's 3-0 Hardhats. Looked like Hartwig had a play at it, and really, when you think about it, that is the right fielder's ball in Sunstead. He did not call him off. Hartwig tried to make the play over his head, reaching back, and just unsuccessfully. So second and third, 3-0 Hardhats, and now Philip Benz. First pitch to the Hardhats catcher, strike on the upper outside edge, 0-1. It's an error on Hartwig to allow Jensen to take 2 bases. E4 and 2 unearned runs coming across against Chapman. That was Good and Henney. The 1-1 to Benz, misses high, ball 2. Fastball that time from Chapman, and now 2 balls and a strike. Phil Benz getting the first half of the doubleheader behind the plate. The 2-1, fouled straight back to the screen, and now even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Queen City written across the chest of those sky blue uniforms in maroon with white trim. The 2-2 to Benz. Grounder to the right side. Hartwig up with it and fires to first in time for out number 3. The Hardhats on the board first. They score 3 runs and take a 3-0 lead heading into the bottom of inning number 1. Back in a moment for that bottom of the first after this on Hardhats TV.
We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
Rapid City and Spearfish set for the bottom of inning number 1. Spearfish post 164 coming to bat for the first time. And it's Braden Eriks to lead things off. He's the shortstop. Ceremonial tap of the Hardhats around Dylan Marsh, set to do battle defensively as they start with a 3-0 lead after 3 runs, 2 unearned in the top half of this first inning. Braden Eriks leads things off. He's the shortstop, followed by Ty Sieber, the first baseman. Aiden Haunt, the designated hitter, bats third, followed by Alex Sunstead, the right fielder. Marsh into the line. He kicks and deals, and the first pitch found away off the screen behind the plate, 0-1. Brady Hartwig, the second baseman, bats fifth. Hogan Tystad, the third baseman, sixth. Connor Comer, the left fielder, seventh. Carter Lyon does the catching. He bats eighth. Noah Malman, the center fielder, bats ninth for post 164. Line drive, base hit right back up the middle into center field. And Braden Eriks into the hit column immediately for Spearfish. Ty Sieber, the left-handed bat, to bat next. These two teams met earlier this season in Rapid City. Couple of one-run victories for the Hardhats. Very contested, hard-fought games for both clubs. And the first pitch from the stretch from Dylan Marsh to Ty Sieber is downstairs for ball 1. A 4-3 victory in game 1 of that doubleheader, and then 1-0 in game 2. 1-0 fouled away left side out of play. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner on first, nobody out. Spearfish trailing 3-0. Sieber bounces the bat off his left shoulder. Marsh sidesteps and delivers, and it's a ball 2. That misses a touch downstairs. Nice warm afternoon here in Spearfish, right around 80 degrees. And the sun just beating down without a cloud in the sky. Marsh misses outside with the 2-1. Now 3 balls and a strike on Sieber. Runner on first, nobody out. Marsh kicks and deals the 3-1. Outside corner, called strike 2. Hit the outer block that time, and now a 3-2 the full count. Pitch upcoming. Sieber, no batting gloves on that left side. The payoff. Line drive, hooking foul left side, and it's a foul ball. Just by a couple of feet. Ty Sieber missing extra bases. Hard to tell where the baselines are down as it gets into the grass, and Marsh misses a touch outside. Very close pitch for ball 4.
Hitter number 18, Aiden Haunt.
So Erik's on second and Sieber off of first. Hollick plays in front of the base runner at first, or Dietrich rather. Another left-handed bat for 164. First pitch to Aiden Haunt, popped up foul and out of play. The ball's in a strike. Hardhats leading things 3-0 early on, but Spearfish threatening in their half of the first inning. Tying run already at the plate. Deal 1 from Marsh. High leg kick, and he delivers, and it's fouled back and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes now on Aiden Haunt. Oh, and 2, Haunt steps back in. On the left side, Marsh stares down the runner at second, comes back to the plate, kicks and deals and misses low and inside it, and goes back to the screen, but a hit the shoe top of Haunt. And now bases loaded for Alex Sunstead. So tying run on base now for Spearfish. Decent chance to make a run at it in this first inning to mount that comeback. Sunstead bats from the right side. He's a starting right fielder. Marsh works out of the windup, and the first pitch, a bouncer to short. Kiefer on a couple of bounces. He fires the second for one. Sailor to first in time. No, safe at first. A run comes in to score on the fielder's choice.
Second baseman, number 9.
Looked like a close play at first. But they say Sunstead beat out the double play. So Eric scores on the play. It's 3-1 Hardhats. Siebert at third. And Sunstead at first. Runners on the corners, one out for Brady Hartwig. Check on first. Dive back in by Sunstead. He's safe. 3-1 our score early on. Bottom of the first. Hardhats leading things here in Spearfish. The first pitch to Hartwig popped up shallow right field. Long run for Harrison Good. He comes charging in, but it's Amarian Sailor who makes the grab. And a strong throw into the plate keeps the runner at third. That's out number 2.
The second out of the inning brings up third baseman, number 12, Hogan Tyson.
Looked like Harrison Good didn't see that ball off the bat very well. He came charging in. But Amarian Sailor was there to make the grab for out number 2. Now Hogan Tystad. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. First pitch to Tystad. Popped up right field. Harrison Good over to his right. A few steps. He's underneath it. Makes the grab out number 3. So Spearfish on the board, and they get 1 run. After having bases loaded, nobody out, only 1 run to show for it. It's 3-1 Hardhats. We head to inning number 2 after this on Hardhats TV.
Stop, number 15.
Welcome back to Black Hills Energy Stadium, top of inning number 2, and the Hardhats hanging on to a 3-1 lead after 1. Wilson Kiefer, the only man not sent to the plate in the opening half inning of play for the Hardhats. So he leads things off. It's 9-1-2 of the Hardhats lineup here against Cody Chapman. To start the second. Chapman into the wind, he kicks and deals. Kiefer squares the bunt, pulls back, and watches ball 1 miss high, a fastball that time. Chapman right on the center of the rubber into the wind, and the 1-0 misses high and tight. 2 balls and no strikes. Another fastball that time. 2-0 misses low. Now 3 balls and no strikes. The count on Kiefer. Hardhats would love another leadoff base runner. Chapman into the wind and the 3-0. Taken all the way on the 3-0, called strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. Leadoff man here in the top of the second. Hardhats leading 3-1. The 3-1 A fly ball, right center field, long run for the center fielder. He won't get there. And that ball, one bounces up against the wall. Kiefer, round second, he heads for third, and he will be in there with a stand-up leadoff triple. One of the deepest parts of this ball field. And right center field.
Left fielder number 28, Zeke Farley.
Boy, Kiefer got a fastball right down the middle on the 3-1. Malman and Sunstead gave chase, but not a chance to run that one down. It's a triple. First pitch, a called strike one on Zeke Farley. He's down in the count 0-1. Led off this ball game with a single right back up the middle. And he looks at ball one outside, a breaking ball that time. Runner on third, 3-1 Hardhats. Top of the second. Corners playing in for Spearfish, and this one, fly ball to right center field. That one will burn Malman, and that one rolls all the way to the wall. Kiefer scores easily. Farley rounds second. He heads for third. The throw is cut off, and he holds on to that one. It's back-to-back triples for the Post 22 Hardhats.
The run for the Hardhats brings up second
And it's
number 13, Amarian Sailor.
4-0 Hardhats. Now Amarian Sailor. Sailor looks at a first pitch fastball upstairs for ball one. Back-to-back triples. Don't say that too often. But lots of outfield here in Spearfish. Big gaps to the opposite field. 1-0 misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Marion Sailor reached on a fielder's choice, being out the double play ball. And he flies this one deep left center field. That one's back. Malman gives chase, and that one, he looks up, and it's a home run. Marion Sailor crushes one out of the ballpark. A 2-run shot. His first out-of-the-park home run this season, 3rd overall. And the Hardhats tack on a couple more. It's 6-1 now. Marion Sailor, we've seen him use his speed this season for 2 inside-the-park home runs, both at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark in Rapid City. This one just crushed to the power alley and left center field. And way out of here to the right of the scoreboard here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. Now visit now for Spearfish and Parker Lose. And a strong talking to, trying to motivate his pitcher, Cody Chapman, into putting up some competitive at-bats. He was only talking to his pitcher, making sure he does not give up on this ball game. We're only in the second inning. It's 6-1 Rapid City, but lots of ball game to be played. Here's Wyatt Anderson, a first pitch breaking ball, misses inside for ball one. Anderson walked his first trip, was out trying to advance from second to third, and he chops one foul on the left side. Bare hand grab by Coach Torvey. Tough to see that ball disappear over the left center field fence off the bat of Amarian Sailor. Anderson swings through the 1-1, and now a ball and 2 strikes to count on Wyatt Anderson. Into the line, Chapman, and he pulls a string on Anderson with the curveball. Anderson goes down swinging for out number 1.
Brings up cleanup hitter, right fielder number 14, Harrison. Good.
Here's Harrison Good. An RBI base knock, his first time up. He ended up scoring the second run of this contest. second of 3 overall in the first inning, and now 6 for the Hardhats. Looks that ball one upstairs. The 1-0 from Chapman. Breaking ball, a touch outside, and now 2 balls and no strikes on the right-handed right fielder. Cody Chapman into the wind, and the 2-0 chop foul right at the plate. Just avoided the shoot tops of Harrison Good. Dig back in on the right side in a 2-1 count. The line, the kick, the pitch, and Good swings through the 2-1. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2. Inside on Harrison Good, just turning out of the way of that one. The count runs full. 3-2, 1 out, nobody on. 6-1, Rapid City. The payoff pitch. Outside and low, ball 4. Harrison Good draws a walk and remains 1 for 1 in this ball game.
Number 25, Riker Henny.
Brings up Riker Henny. Henny 1 for 1, singled and scored. His first time at the plate, and now another mound visit for Spearfish. Potentially a pitching change here in the second inning. And Coach Los talking with his pitcher on the mound as well as the infield. 3 outfielders have converged. Tough to see anyone warming down the first baseline, and now a signal to the bullpen for a reliever. We'll take a step aside right here on Hardhats TV. You are on the mound for Spearfish, post 164. As we continue inning number 2, it's Caden Fireeisen to face Riker Henny. Already, Spearfish trailing 6-1 to Rapid City, post 22. First game of 2 here in Spearfish. The Hardhats travel this weekend down near Denver. Fireeisen ready, and the first pitch to Henny fouled away right side out of play.
Turn those foul balls to the press box and get yourself a treat.
So no balls and a strike on Henny. He singled and scored in the first inning. The last of 3 in that inning for the Hardhats. Runner on first, 1 gone. Here's the 0-1 from Fireeisen, and strike 2 called on the lower outside edge, 0-2. Fireeisen set at the chest, sidesteps and deals. The breaking ball misses way upstairs And now a ball and 2 strikes. Riker Henny batting just under 300 at 298. And the runner takes off for second. The pitch is low for a ball and to the first base side of second base. And sliding in, Harrison Good with a stolen base. So runner on second now with 1 gun. And Henny looks at ball 3 upstairs, so 3-2. Full count pitch upcoming to the Hardhats designated hitter. Ready in the payoff. Ground ball left side into left field. Down for a base hit. Harrison Good being sent to the plate. The throw comes in. It's cut off. Bobbled by the cutoff man. And Good slides in safely. And limping a little bit, Harrison Good. And hopefully he's all right. Slid in feet first. Popped up right away and looked like he was grimacing a little bit. Either way, it's an RBI single for Riker Henny. And a 7-1 lead for the Hardhats. And brings up Alex Dietrich, runner on first, 1 gun. First pitch to Dietrich, popped up right side, shallow right field. Long run for Brady Hartwig, and it's the right fielder Sunstead to make the grab for out number 2. Dietrich down on 1 pitch.
Center fielder number 18, Jed Jensen.
Now Jed Jensen. Reached on an air, he kind of popped it up about the same spot on the right side. That lost 1 wins, and Hartwig unable to make the play, ended up at second base, a 2-base error. First pitch breaking ball to Jensen, misses upstairs for ball 1. Runner on first is Henny. Takes his lead there, and a 1-0 count to Jensen. The 1-0 high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Jensen. Byreisen comes set and delivers ball 3 low. 3 balls and no strikes now on Jed Jensen. Byreisen set and a 3-0 is get me over fastball 3-1. Taking all the way Jed Jensen. Byreisen ready once again, and the 3-1 runner takes off for second. The line drive right back up the middle into center field. Henny tries to go first to third. The throw comes in, it's cut off, and Henny slides in safely at third base. It's a single for Jed Jensen. Tough play for Brady Hartwig. He was covering the second base bag on the steal attempt and ended up having the ball right back at him. Just unable to make the play. It's a single in my book. We'll see how the official ruling is called. Runners on the corners and 2 gone for Philip Bentz. First pitch, strike at the knees, 0-1. It is a single for Jensen, so he's 1 for 2. Runners on the corner, Jensen off of first, Henny off of third. The 0-1. Breaking ball, catches the outer edge, 0-2 on Bentz. Phil Bentz, the Hardhats catcher, ended the first inning with a bouncer to Hartwig at second. Runner takes off for second, and Byreisen runs at the runner. Now Henny takes off for the plate. He comes in and steps over the tag, but safe at the plate. Henny stepped over the tag and avoided it. Kind of a late signal from our home plate umpire. It's 8-1 Hardhats, and Jensen ends up at second base. Kind of a double steal. And he had to be on his horse, no looking back once he made his break. 0-2 on Philip Bentz. And The throw comes to third, safe at third. Did Bentz drop down a bunt? Somehow, Phil Bentz just sprinted his way down to first. Another mountain visit for Spearfish. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. Hardhats have officially batted around here. Still not exactly sure what happened with Bentz. Might have dropped down a bunt. No, it was a drop third strike, and Bentz reaches on the strikeout. So strikeout and a drop third allows Bentz to reach. Wilson Kiefer led off this inning with a triple. That was against Chapman, now facing Feyereisen. And Kiefer looks at a first pitch called strike to throw down to first, not in time. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. 0-1 the count on Kiefer. 0-1 popped up right side on the infield. The first baseman Sieber underneath of it, and he puts a squeeze on it for out number 3. But the Hardhats, a big inning, 5 runs in the second inning, and they take an 8-1 advantage heading to the bottom of inning number 2. Back in a moment right here on Hardhats TV. Bottom of inning number 2. Connor Comer leads things off for post 164 against Dylan Marsh. Now with the Hardhats leading 8-1. Entering the bottom of the second. Marsh misses inside with a fastball for ball 1. The Spearfish Club last night split with Alliance Nebraska, a 5-1 victory in game 2 and a 4-1 loss in game 1. Two balls and no strikes. Marsh winds, kicks, deals, and the 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. But the Spearfish Club at 6-22 on the season, but they play a lot of tough competition. Marsh hits the outside edge for a called strike 2. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lots of Class A teams that Spearfish faces. And Marsh misses outside, a breaking ball at that time, laid off by Comer. 3-2 to the leadoff man here in the second. 7, 8, 9 due up for post 164. They sent 6 to the plate in the first. The 3-2 bouncer up the middle. Kiefer to his left. Fields and fires to first. Scooped by Dietrich, and it goes on past him. Backed up on the play by Benz. It's a different feel on this dirt compared to the turf at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark. I'm sure first basemans have to adjust. So Comer on with what will be scored an error. Throwing error on Kiefer. Now Carter Lyon, the catcher. Marsh kicks and deals and misses low and away for ball 1. Lots of Class A clubs. They face Sioux Falls, Pierre, Mitchell, all Class A clubs. And Spearfish swing. Lion swings through the 1-0, even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. So when Spearfish plays their Class B competition and what they are in Legion Ball, they presumably will be ready after facing a lot of tougher opponents, at least class-wise. A ground ball up the middle, fielded by Sailor for 1 to Kiefer, and he bobbles it. Is the runner out at second on the transfer? That's what Coach Torvey is asking. Our field umpire was looking towards first when Kiefer bobbled the ball. Umpires coming together now to converge. And the runner is out at second. They say he dropped it on the transfer. So a fielder's choice for Carter Lyon.
Fielder's choice for the first out of the inning brings up center fielder number 3, Noah.
Comer out at second. And my mistake, Spearfish is a Class A club. First pitch to Noah Malman is a called strike on the lower outside edge, 0-1. Runner on first, 1 out, 8-1 Rapid City. Closed off stance on the right side for Malman. The 0-1. Strike 2 at the knees. Another fastball from Marsh. No balls and 2 strikes to count now on the center fielder for post 164. Marsh set in the stretch. He kicks and deals the 0-2. Fly ball to dead center field. Zeke Farley a few steps in. He makes the grab. Actually, Jed Jensen in center field makes the grab. Usually, Zeke Farley is in center field. He's in left field today with Jed Jensen in center field. So Jensen makes that play. Round number 2. Now top of the order in Braden Eriks. Runner on first, 2 gone, 8-1 Rapid City. Marsh set at his chest, a peek there, and the runner takes off, and it's low and in the dirt. Benz can't find it for a moment. Now he finds it, and the runner's at second with a stolen base. So Lyon swipes second. Chose the right pitch to run on. Marsh sometimes goes to the side step, other times goes with the high leg kick. Seems to be a little bit more accurate with the leg kick. That's a fair ball down the third base line, fielded by Anderson, and it's a foul ball. Looked to be very close. Anderson made the strong throw across the diamond. No signal with the hands up. Our home plate umpire. Even count 1 ball and 1 strike on Eriks. And he looks at ball 2 down and away, snagged by Bentz behind the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Eriks led off the bottom of the first, a single right back up the middle. Kind of a headshot at Dylan Marsh, the 2-1. Line foul, right side and out of play over near the batting cages. Now an even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marsh kicks and deals the 2-2. Breaking ball down and away. Backhand scoop by Bentz. And now 3-2. A payoff pitch coming to the top of the order in Braden Eriks. Marsh double takes back to second, kicks and deals the payoff inside with a fastball, and it's ball 4.
Brings up first baseman number 8, Ty Seaver.
So now first and second with 2 gone. Ty Seaver, the left-handed bat to the plate. Seaver walked his first time, was stranded at third base. Part of bases loaded, nobody out. And Spearfish only amassed 1 run. First pitch he found right by the Hardhats dugout. 0-1. Runners on first and second. Lyon at second. Eriks off of first. Hollick playing behind the base runner, and the pickoff move behind him over to first. We saw that last night. The Hardhats had bases full defensively against the 320 Stars and got a big out to end the inning last night. That pickoff move behind the base runner at first. Fastball misses outside, even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Touch outside with that one as well. Marsh tried to hit the same spot. 2 balls and a strike now on Seaver. 2-1 outside, and now ball 3. Still trying to find that outer edge on the left-handed bat. Marsh set, stares down the runner at second, kicks and deals the 3-1. Line drive, base hit in the right field. Harrison Good bobbled in right field a little bit. The throw comes into third base, and it's bobbled by Anderson at third. Up to second goes Seaver. A run comes in to score on the play, and it's 8-2. Still in favor of Rapid City. RBI single for Seaver. And the throw allows him into second base. Aiden Hott, the new left-handed bat, bounces the bat off his left shoulder. Runners on second and third with 2 gone, and Hott goes after the first pitch. He fouls it away as it rolls right near the Spearfish dugout. So Lions scored on that RBI single. Eriks beat out the throw to third. Marsh into the line, the 0-1. A little bit upstairs and outside. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Marsh on the line once again, and the 1-1. Outside. And now 2 balls and a strike. Still trying to find that outside corner, Dylan Marsh. The 2-1. Chopper to the right side. Backhand scoop by Dietrich. He fires to Marsh, and it's bobbled at first. Run comes in to score. An error that time. Probably on the throw. And E3. Low throw, and Marsh running over to cover. Another run comes in to score. It's 8-3. That's Eriks to score. Seaver over to third, runners on the corners. Brings up Alex Sunstead. Marsh kicks and deals on the first pitch to Sunstead. Foul back to the screen, 0-1. Sunstead reached on a fielder's choice, beat out a double play his first time up. Comes up here with the runners on the corners and 2 gone. Still on the bottom of the second. High-scoring affair so far in Spearfish. This one popped up right side. Alex Dietrich underneath of it. In fair territory, puts the squeeze on it for out number 3. And that's how the second inning concludes. Spearfish adds 2. They trail 8-3. Hardhats coming back to the bats after this in inning number 3 on Hardhats TV.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Set for inning number 3 here in Spearfish. And Zeke Farley leads things off and swings through a first pitch breaking ball from Caden Fireeisen to go down the count 0-1. And swing and a miss. Now 0-2.
Left fielder number 28, Zeke Farley.
Zeke Farley at the top of the order. He's 2 for 2, a single and a triple. That triple scored a run, part of back-to-back 3 baggers. The 0-2 misses down and away, a ball and 2 strikes. Also scored a run. Fireeisen into the wind, and the 1-2 misses low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Farley, Saylor, and Anderson, the top third of the Hardhats lineup. The 2-2. Chopper left side, the shortstop Eriks. Fields gathers, fires to first in time. Out number 1.
The round out for the first out of the inning brings up second baseman number 13, Amarian Saylor.
Here's Amarian Saylor. 2-run home run over the left center field fence to the right of the scoreboard. Right by the Lodge of Deadwood sign on the outfield fence. He looks at it, called strike 1 from Fireeisen. Into the wind and the 0-1. Breaking ball misses high. Even count 1-1. Sun's slowly starting to set here in Spearfish. Still a bright evening in the 1-1 breaking ball. This one drops into the zone for a called strike 2. 2 runs scored for Saylor already. Here's the 1-2. He watches ball 2 miss low. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. A fielder's choice in the first inning. So he's 1 for 2 on the ball game. Here's the 2-2, and it's a bouncer right back up the middle past Fireeisen on the mound, fielded by the second baseman Hartwig, and he doesn't have a play. Infield single for Amarian Saylor.
22, Wyatt Anderson.
So Saylor is 2 for 3. And now Wyatt Anderson. Anderson 0 for 1, a strikeout victim his last time up. Walked before that in the 3-run first. Looks at a called strike 1 on the outside edge. No balls and a strike. Runner on first, one gone. 8-3 our score here in Spearfish. 0-1, high and tight. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Feyereisen sent at the chest. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is low and it gets past the catcher Lyon. Easily in the second is Amarian Sailor. The stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position with 1 gone. Anderson trying to get back into the hit column after a nice night last night. 2-1, bouncer to left side. The shortstop, Braden Eriks, charges, Fields fires to first in time to get the runner at first. A bang, bang play, and Coach Ewing expressing his displeasure, but it falls on deaf ears.
Bang, bang play at first, retires to the second. First out of the inning, brings up right.
So Anderson out 6-3. Now Harrison good. Runner on third and 2 gone. Harrison is 1 for 1, a single and a walk. 2 runs scored. First pitch up and away for ball 1 from Feyereisen. A couple of stolen bases for Harrison good as well. The 1-0. Breaking ball chopped to third in the chest of Tystad, and he fires across after the recovery in time to get Harrison good. We're out number 3, 5-3 in the book in the Hardhats. Strand a base runner 90 feet away, but they still lead 8-3 as we head to the bottom of the third. Back in a moment right here on Hardhats TV. Welcome back for the bottom of inning number 3. Brady Hartwig to lead things off. 5, 6, and 7 due up for post 164. Trailing 8-3 to the post 22 Hardhats. First of a 2-game set here in Spearfish, and Marsh misses outside for ball 1. Dylan Marsh begins his 3rd inning on the mounds. At 44 pitches, that was pitch number 46, and he hits the zone for a called strike 1. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Into the wind once again, and the 1-1. Low and away, scooped by Bentz, 2 balls and a strike. Hartwig flying out to second. Amarian Sailor in the outfield making that play. In front of Harrison Good, the 2-1. Misses a touch upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. So just an 0 for 1 day for Hartwig. The 3-1. A strike on the inside edge, and now 3-2. Marsh to Hartwig. Into the wind, here's the payoff. High above the letters for ball 4. Marsh trying to hit the top of the zone with a fastball and missed. Base on balls that begin the bottom of the 3rd for Spearfish. Here's Hogan Tystad. Runner on first, nobody out. Spearfish trailing 8-3. And first pitch to Tystad misses a touchdown side for ball 1. Tystad flied to right his first try. That was to end the first inning. 1-0 misses high. 2 balls and no strikes. Marsh working out of the stretch. He comes set at his chest. A peek at first, sidesteps and deals the 2-0 as a base hit in left field. Spearfish in business, 2 on, nobody out. Tystad into the hit column with a single. And now Connor Comer. 2 on, nobody out. Similar situation to one Spearfish had in the first inning. Ended up bases loaded, nobody out. And Marsh only surrendered 1 run. First pitch to Comer, misses inside for ball 1. Fastball that time. Marsh maybe asking where that one missed, and it missed inside. 1-0 popped up in the left field. Zeke Farley roaming back and to his left. He's underneath of it, makes the grab out number 1. And quickly into the infield as Carter Lyon next to bat. Two on, 1 out. Hardhats in double play depth defensively for their infield. Still quite the gaps in the outfield for both clubs. First pitch to Lyon, a called strike at the knees, outside edge. 0-1. Marsh working fairly quickly with Phillip Benz. Set once again and the 0-1. A little ground ball to second. Sailor to second for 1, and Kiefer will hang on to it. They get the runner out at second. That's Tystad. Hartwig to third on the play. Fielder's choice for Lyon. That's his second time that he's reached on a fielder's choice. So runners on the corners and 2 out. 8-3 our score in favor of Rapid City. Noah Malman, the new batter. Center fielder flied out to his center field counterpart his first time at the dish. Marsh kicks and deals, and this one shot foul right past third base coach. 0-1. The ball's in a strike on Malman. Closed off stance on the right side. Marsh steps off and runs straight at the runner and fires to second. Tagged out by Dietrich. The run will count on the rundown. So they will get 1 run, and it's 8-4. Hardhats gain the final out. They lead by 4 heading to inning number 4 after this on Hardhats TV. Riker Henny to lead things off for post 22. 5, 6, and 7 on Hardhats lineup as we start inning number 4. Hardhats leading 8-4 here in Spearfish. Game 1 of a 2-game doubleheader on this Thursday evening. Hardhats playing in back-to-back days as our Spearfish. The 1-0 to Henny. And ball 2 that misses low. Spearfish doubleheader last night with Alliance, Nebraska here in Spearfish. The 2-0. Breaking ball misses high, and now 3 balls and no strikes on Henny. Split that doubleheader. The Hardhats just played 1 game in their parking lot rivalry with post 320. The 3-0 taking all the way and was a get-me-over fastball. So now 3 balls and a strike on Riker Henny. 2 for 2, a pair of singles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. And Henny draws ball 4, and ball bounces back to the catcher after bouncing off the backstop. So Henny stays 2 for 2. Alex Dietrich, the new batter. Lyon, the slow walk out to the mound to discuss things with Caden Feyereisen. Alex Dietrich drew a walk in the first inning and fly to right his last time up. Trying to get back into the hit column, Alex Dietrich. He bats from the right side here, Lyon back into his crouch behind the plate. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch to Dietrich, he squirts the bunt, pulls back, and the fastball misses high. Back big play down to first, not in time. Just a picturesque backdrop here in Spearfish with Crow Peak behind center field. Dietrich squirts a bunt, drops it down right in front of Feyereisen. He fields and fires the first. Dietrich out on the sacrifice with Henny up to second.
Sack bunt for Dietrich brings up center fielder number 18, Jed Jensen.
Now Jed Jensen, a single his last trip. He stole second, ended up at third base. Reached on an error in the first. That's here for the 3rd time. Feyereisen stares down Henny. Double takes back to second, now delivers to the plate, and it's scooped at the plate by Lyon. 1 ball, no strikes. Jensen. Henny, a fairly decent lead at second. Keep on creeping towards that third base bag, and Jensen looks at a called strike 1 on the outer half at the knees. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Twirls the baseball behind his back, comes set and stares down Henny. Kicks and deals, and the breaking ball misses high. 2 balls and a strike now. Feyereisen set once again. 2-1 becomes 3 balls and a strike as it missed low. Hitter friendly count now for Jed Jensen. Phil Bentz on deck. The catcher. First the 3-1 to the Hardhats center fielder, the 3-1. Downstairs ball 4. Back-to-back walks with the sacrifice in between.
The walk brings up catcher number 21, Phil.
Puts runners on first and second with 1 out. Now Lee sets up the ground ball double play. Phil Bentz, the new batter. He struck out but reached first on a drop third strike his last trip to the plate. Corners are in for Spearfish. Trailing 8-4. And the first pitch to Bentz misses in the dirt. The throw down to third is not in time. Henny dives in safely with Jensen up to second on the wild pitch. So 2 ducks on the pond now for Bentz. Bentz flies one to center field over is Malman. Underneath of it, he makes the grab. The strong throw to the plate, cut off, and Henny tags and scores. Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Phillip Bentz. My guess is Spearfish will appeal to make sure Henny did not leave early. We've seen the Hardhats leave early a couple times this season. New batter is Wilson Kiefer. They will not appeal on Henny, and Kiefer fouls the first pitch back to the screen, 0-1. A triple and a pop out for Wilson Kiefer at the plate. That triple, he scored a run after being at third base, part of back-to-back three-baggers by Kiefer and Farley. Runner on second, 2 gone. And Kiefer looks at ball 1 in the dirt. Big turn by Jensen at third. And he went there on the wild pitch. Line couldn't find it right away. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 9-4 our score in favor of the Hardhats. Feyereisen into the line, the 1-1. Well upstairs with a fastball. Lying well out of his crouch to corral that one. Jensen can pretty much take as big of a secondary lead as he wants with Feyereisen opting for the windup, and he misses downstairs for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on Wilson Kiefer. Similar situation where Kiefer got a fastball right down the middle and took it for a triple. This one a bouncer to short. Eriks fires to first in time for out number 3. Hardhats gain 1 run on the sacrifice fly. It's 9-4 Hardhats after 3.5. It's 9-4. And Spearfish coming back up to the bats, 9-1-2, due up. Bottom of inning number 4, Malman leads things off for post 164. Marsh winds, kicks, deals in the first pitch. High and tight for ball 1. Noah Malman flying to center as center field counterpart his first time up. He was at the plate when inning number 3 ended, and he flies this one to left center field. Long run for Zeke Farley and Jed Jensen, and it's Jed Jensen, the center fielder, to make the grab in the left center field alley for out number 1.
Shortstop number 10.
So one center fielder flies out to the other once again. And it's out number 1, Braden Eriks, the new batter for Spearfish. Eriks 1 for 1, a single and a walk, 2 runs scored. Marsh line the kick and the pitch, and this one lined on a short hop to Wilson Kiefer. He fires in time, and one shortstop grounds out to the there's 6-3 in the book, out number 2. I won't mention anything just yet, but Dylan Marsh has only thrown 2 pitches this inning. First pitch to Ty Sieber, and he lays off of it for ball 1 in the dirt. If Sieber was somehow out on 3 pitches, that would have been an immaculate inning. We saw an immaculate inning twice in one game by the Astros earlier on this week. And that immaculate inning was 3 strikeouts on 9 pitches. 2-0, shallow left field, long run for Zeke Farley is underneath of it, makes the grab for out number 3. A very quick 4th inning for Dylan Marsh on the mound.
Spearfish, no runs, no hits, nobody left on,
And Marsh now at 57 pitches through 4 innings. Hardhats back to the bats, top of their order after this, into inning number 5. Top of the order for the top of the 5th. And the Hardhats leading 9-4 over Spearfish here in game 1, a 2-game doubleheader. Feyereisen into the wind, and a breaking ball misses side for ball 1. Zeke Farley to lead things off. He's 2 for 3, a single, an RBI triple, a run scored, and a bouncer to short. The 1-0, fastball misses downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Feyereisen has pitched well in relief of Cody Chapman, just surrendering 1 run charge to him, I believe. Actually, 2 runs charged to Feyereisen, only 1 earned run. Farley in a 3-0 count now, here it is, and it misses high for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to start off the 5th. And the Hardhats have a leadoff base runner on. Now Amari and Saylor, 9-4 our score. Saylor 2 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the first. A 2-run bomb in the second, and a single in the third. Looks at ball 1 well upstairs with the fastball for ball 1. A ball and no strikes. Feyereisen trying to refine the zone here in inning number 5, and just as I say that, he finds the zone with the fastball for a called strike 1 on Saylor. Plenty of speed on first, and Farley gains his lead there. Set, and the 1-1 swung on and missed. 1-2. Saylor then Wyatt Anderson, and Saylor fouls away the 1-2 back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes, the count remains on Amari and Saylor. Feyereisen set, and the 1-2 fouled away right by the Spearfish dugout once again. Kind of chased a high breaking ball, but got a piece of it. Battling with the 2 strikes. Another 1-2. Fire Rising to Sailor. And a swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer part. Tailed away from Sailor, and he swung right through it to go down swinging for out number 1. Now Wyatt Anderson. 0 for 2 day. A walk in the first, struck out in the second, and bounced to short in the third. Lays off of a high fastball on the first pitch for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the Hardhats third baseman. And Fire Rising just steps off and looks back Farley. The 1-0 to Anderson. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Hardhats 21-11 coming into this ball game. And coming into tonight. And now Farley caught in a run down to throw down to second. Farley just dives back into first. It was out of the glove of Hartwig. Big secondary lead for Zeke Farley. 3 balls and no strikes on Wyatt Anderson. The 3-0. Low for ball 4. So 2 4-pitch walks with a strikeout mixed in between. But the runners on first and second with 1 out. Hardhats already leading 9-4. Harrison Good returns to the dish. 1 for 2 day for him. An RBI single, a run scored, a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored, and a bouncer to third. First pitch to him misses high with a fastball, ball 1. Fire Eisen set once again. Peek at second, sidesteps and deals, and misses high, ball 2. Two and 0 on Harrison Good. 2 on, 1 out. Two 0 misses low, and now nope, called a strike, like late signal by our home plate umpire. It's 2 balls and a strike on Good. The 2-1 outside, 3 balls and a strike on the Hardhats right fielder. Set and the 3-1. Strike 2 on the upper outside edge, and now a 3-2, a full count pitch upcoming. Good has to step back in there. Ready for the 3-2 payoff. Runners in motion here with 1 out, and they stay put. It's ball 4 back to the backstop. So Farley to third, Anderson to second, and Good to first. Base is full for Riker Henny. Another mound visit for Spearfish now. And Parker Lose. Potentially another pitching change. There is a reliever warming in the bullpen down the first base line. A right-hander warming there. Adjusting the landing spot, adjusting the plant spot. Coach Lose. And still no signal just yet. Fire Eisen looks to stay in this ball game, and he will. So everyone returns to their respective positions on the infield. Coach back to the dugout and lying back behind the plate. Base is full for Riker Henny with one gone. Henny 2 for 2, 2 singles, an RBI, and a walk. 3 runs scored. First pitch, foul right side out of play. 0-1. Has scored 3 of the Hardhats' 9 hits. 9 runs, rather. Out of the line, the 0-1. Strike 2 called on the outer edge. No balls and 2 strikes on Henny. Into the line, Fire Eyes in the 0-2. Strike 3 called at the knees, and Henny goes down looking on 3 pitches.
Strike out for the second out of the inning brings up first baseman number 27, Alex.
Out number 2, bases full, 2 gone, and now Alex Dietrich. Dietrich trying to get into the hit column. Looks at a first pitch breaking ball, outside ball 1. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt his last opportunity at the plate. Fly to right before that and true walk in the first. This one between the wickets of the catcher Lion. Back to the backstop, and Farley scores standing up. It's 10-4 Hardhats. Everyone up to 90 feet. Thanks to the wild pitch. Anderson the third, good to second. First base open now with 2 outs. Into the line, the 2-0, outside ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes now on Dietrich. With Jed Jensen on deck, the 3-0 is a strike at the belt. 3 balls and a strike. The wind, the kick, and the pitch, the 3-1. High fly ball to left field, playable for Connor Comer. He's underneath of it, puts a squeeze on it for out number 3. Hardhats gain 1 more run. They lead 10-4 heading to the bottom half of the third after this on Hardhats TV. Aiden Hott to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th for Spearfish against Dylan Marsh. 10-4, the Hardhats lead. Marsh into the line, the first pitch to the left-handed bat, a chopper foul just behind the plate, 0-1. The ball's in a strike, Hott 0-for-1. Hit by a pitch in the first, reached on air in the second. 0-1, misses downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hott, Sunstead, and Hartwig. 3 scheduled here against Marsh in bottom of the 5th, and Hott chases a high fastball, swings right through it, 1-2. Hott, the designated hitter, Sunstead, the right fielder, and Hartwig, the second baseman. Marsh winds, kicks, deals, and the 1-2. Line drive, fair ball into the right field corner. Good cuts it off and throws into second base. It gets away from Kiefer. Backed up by Anderson. So it's a single for Aiden Hott. Start off the fifth. Leadoff base runner on. Hardhats have a reliever warming in their bullpen. Right-hander for the Hardhats. And first pitch misses high to Alec Sunstead. Might be Jude Sears down in the bullpen. This one called strike on the inner edge. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner on first, nobody out. 10-4 Hardhats. Double play depth for the infield, the 1-1. Strike 2 called on the inner edge. Ball and 2 strikes. Marsh set once again after a peek at first. Sidesteps and deals the 1-2. High fly ball to left field. Zeke Farley a few steps back. He makes the grab for out number 2.
For the first out of the inning, brings up second baseman number 9, Brady Hartwig.
Decent contact. And that was actually just out number 1. Decent contact for Sunstead, but basically right at Zeke Farley. Now Brady Hartwig, a walk his last trip, ended up stealing home and scoring in that 3rd inning. First pitch found back to the screen, 0-1. Flied behind second base his first time up. Runner on first, 1 gone. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Ends up in the dirt. It's strike 2. Runner goes to second on the wild pitch. So Hartwig just 0 for 1. No balls and 2 strikes on the Spearfish second baseman. The 0-2. Down and away, snagged by Benz. A ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2. Chopper right in front of the plate. Bentz will field and fire to first in time, out number 2. Runner goes to third on kind of a swinging bunt play.
Number 12, Hogan Tyson.
Score at 2-3 for round number 2. Hogan Tystad, the next to hit. That's from the right side. Runner at third, 10-4 Rapid City. First pitch breaking ball called, strike 1. Lots of break on that one, 0-1. Tystad a single back in the 3rd. Fly to right. Was only trip before that. This one, line drive base hit in the left field. Run comes in to score. It's an RBI single with 2 outs. Puts another run on the board for Spearfish. It's 10-5. Second hit for Hogan Tystad. He's 2 for 3 now. Now Connor Comer. 0 for 2 day for Comer. Raced on an errand fly to left. 2 outs, runner at first, 10-5. First pitch breaking ball misses low for ball 1. Marsh ready and the 1-0. Fly ball to center field. Jed Jensen moving over, and he makes the grab to his left for out number 3. Spearfish on the board once again. They gain 1 run to match the Hardhats' 1 run in the top half of the 5th inning. And it's 10-5 after 5. We head to the 6th after this on Hardhats TV.